Hey, this is DJ Straight coming to you live from Praise in the Closet on tonight. And if it's Wednesday, it's Tripping with the Birds. But we are waiting for them to get on. And until they come on, we have our host with the mostest, Vanessa BW, who hosts this Tripping with the Birds. But how are you today, Vanessa?
I am doing well, thank you, DJ Straight.
I was getting ready to say, do you remember what my name is, girl? I got to get a uniform. A matter of fact, I got some new uniforms. I'm going to pick them up probably next week. So
Well,
I'm happy about my uniform.
it is
That
very
way,
nice and colorful.
yes, it is. I love colors. But listen, while we're waiting for the birds to come on, you also have a show on Gospel Music Lovers Buffet, WGMLB Internet Radio. There is none other like us. We are on now. Right now, on actually playing on the station is Kevin Willis with 1 hour allowed, which means he's been reading the scripture for an hour from the book of Acts. And right now we have Vanessa on. She has a show called Dance Meetup. And one of these days, real soon, she's going to get on there and she is going to start teaching you guys how to do some line dance and hand dance and exercises and things like that. So just tell us about the show or tell us about something that you're a project you're working on.
Well, I love to dance, always have. And when I had the opportunity to take line dancing, at first I didn't go in. I just would stand outside the door and look inside. I thought, I'm not going in there. But, after a few weeks, because everybody would motion me to come inside. So after a few weeks, I decided to go in there. And I tell you, I loved it. When I went the first time, I kept going back, and then I went to all of the classes that I could go to. And there were 4 classes a week at that time, so I went to every last one of them.
Wow. So let me ask you this. Did you just start dancing, or do people dance in your family? Is that part of what you all do, or how did you learn about all of that?
Well, you grow up dancing. And so I always have loved dancing. And actually, I was a pretty good dancer. I mean, I was not on Soul Train, but I tried to copy some of their moves.
Really?
Yes, I did.
Is that the Saturday morning Soul Train? They come on the Soul Train. That one?
Saturday morning Soul Train. I learned some dances from American Bandstand. And so,
Wow.
and I just always have liked music.
So did you create some of your own dances as you were a child, and then you took that same stuff and incorporated now as a why? How did you come up with the dances and your moves?
As a child, my cousin Mitzi, and then my sister Jenny and cousin Marla, we would have talent shows. And Jenny and Marla would always do, now Jenny is a year older than I am, and my cousin Marla is, I think, maybe 2 years younger than Mitzi. So Mitzi and I would pair together because we were only a year apart, and then Jenny and Marla would be together. So they would always come on and do roll, roll over your boat or something like that. And Mitzi and I, we were too fly for that. We were singing the latest songs and we're doing our dance moves and turning and everything. So, we... So...
Bougie, okay.
Yes, we loved to dance, Missy and I did, and so and we had those personalities that just got along, and we still do actually. And so we did that.
Great. I'm sorry, go ahead.
And when I was in 4th grade, I used to write songs. The girls in my 4th grade classroom and we would write we would write titles to songs. So we would come in we go home and write the whole notebook page of titles, and we come in the next day, Soda Pop Fountain, and just stuff like that.
Hey, but some of those songs are some of the same songs that the popular people today wrote.
Oh, absolutely.
Little things like that, scratching on the paper or a napkin or whatever
Yeah.
you get your hand on. So do you find that dancing soothes you after a tough day or things of that nature? Do you find that?
Dancing, I mean, it's just, it doesn't have to be a tough day. It's just any time of day It really doesn't matter what kind of music it is because you can move to just about anything.
Okay.
And so I really like music,
Okay.
and I like movement. I like all things creative, but so yeah, I just like to dance. Dance
So
every day.
can you dance to any type of music, gospel music, Egyptian music, reggae? You can find something to do in all of those
Every
styles.
culture, every culture, there's not a culture that I know of that does not dance in some form, whether it's
What about
social or for religious purposes. Every culture has some kind of dance, and
what about
they
the
have music.
the rhythmless culture? You know, there are some people they can snap, but help them not to stand up because if they stand up, it's like whoa.
Well, that's the great thing about line dancing because you can. People would say I have two left feet and I can't dance. I said you don't have two left feet. If you can count, then you can dance because it's like counting.
Okay.
Everything in line dance is the rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we count up to 8. No higher than 8. Sometimes we count to 6.
Okay. So
But
listen, hold that. I'm sorry. Finish that thought, and then I'm gonna bring Trina. Well, let me bring Trina Bird and
okay.
tripping with the birds, and we're gonna keep talking about this dance to let you guys go forward. Hey, Trina Bird, how are you?
Hello.
Hi Trina, how are you doing?
I'm
Vanessa
fine.
was telling us about her love of dancing. She teaches line dancing, hand dancing, and all
Oh,
those type of
yeah.
things. So
That's
I'm gonna butt
good.
on out and let you guys go ahead and do what you all normally do.
Okay. Thank you. Rick is on his way in too.
Pardon me?
I said Rick is on his way in too. We had some
Okay.
issues where we had to reboot. Something was going on with our internet. So we had to reboot everything, even the TVs.
Okay. Okay. Welcome Ricky, how are you doing?
Hello, how are you? Can you hear me?
All is well. All is
Okay.
well. Um, Lynn and I were just talking about line dancing because I taught line dancing for 6 years.
Oh
DJ
man, so how
Straight,
many
DJ Straight.
DJ Straight. She's trying to keep me straight,
I
you
love the
know.
way she pops in
you gotta
DJ
keep
Six.
this tape for real. So like how many dances do you have under your belt?
What did you say?
I said how many different dances do you have under your
Oh,
belt?
well, there are a lot. I taught for over 6 years at the
Oh, you know
YMCA,
all of it.
and then I taught for 5 years at my church at the
Okay.
same time. And I would teach at family reunions, or I taught for 6 weeks at a retirement home,
Hmm.
and that was
Wow.
fun. Yeah, so I feel like anybody can dance. Anybody, and people say I have no rhythm, I have two left feet. I say you don't have two left feet and you can dance because line dancing is just counting.
Yeah.
It, we count up to 8. Sometimes
Hmm.
we count up to 6 if it's a waltz, but everybody can count to 8. So
Okay.
you just need to get used to moving your feet, at the same time, and not just people like to step and stay there. But it's like
Hmm.
walking. You don't just stop. So you
Yeah,
keep walking, alternating feet, and that's all line dancing
it
is.
look like you guys be gliding out there. And like being like sequence.
Yes. Yeah. So,
Yeah. I like it too. I think it's a great opportunity to especially for seniors, to get out there and get that moving going.
oh yes, it's so much fun.
Get
It's
their
so much fun.
rejuvenation going.
And the dances can go from super complicated to very simple. I mean, you can just barely move. I had a lady in my class was um, in her 80s,
Is that right?
and she
Wow.
didn't do all the spinning, but she would turn very slowly and she would move, and
Okay.
Yeah,
she
and that's what
loved
it's
it.
about,
It's
moving.
about movement. It's about movement. And people think um, they couldn't get a good workout at the Y because it was line dancing. And I would tell them you can get a good workout,
Yes, you
you know,
can.
and the more you come, the more you learn the steps. And once you know all the steps or the names of the steps, you can dance to anything. But you have to be consistent because it's not a lot of jumping around like in aerobics. You can just come in there and just jump, 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 jump. In line dancing, we have every song has a different set of choreography. I'm sure you all know that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Every dance has a different set of choreography, but the steps are repeated. Like a jazz box can be in one dance or in another dance, or a kickball change. So as long as you learn those steps, you can do it all. You can do it
Okay.
all. And
Cool.
it is so much fun. But anyway, it's already 6:15 and we came to talk about your RV travels.
Um,
And
I thought we were
Oh
talking
no, we were
about the
gonna tell them
cruise.
about.
you had a story to tell me.
Yeah, we had a story to tell.
Oh,
Remember when we
the
ended?
story. Okay, all right. Excuse me.
Yeah. Well. Let me
No.
tell you what happened.
Okay.
So the RV, we were out on our last. In fact, we were actually on the show at our last location. And when we came in to, got back home and got back into town, during the time that we were there and back into town, we lost a lot of our electric power.
Oh,
So we had
okay.
about 6 plugs on the unit. No, one, two, three, four, five plugs on the unit just go completely out. So we had to take it in because it's this time of the year you actually take it to get winterized.
Winter ride.
And so
Yes.
we had to take it for that, and we made our list of issues up for what we were having trouble with. And they had it for like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, something like
Oh,
that.
wow.
And when Rick went to go pick it up, um, he gave the same list that he gave them. He took with him again to see what was, to make sure that everything that we had on the list was a check off and it was actually repaired.
Okay.
Lo and behold, none of the plugs worked.
What?
Already paid him. Everything was, done.
You
So
know, you gotta pay first
you got to
before
pay first
you,
before they relinquish it.
yeah,
Yep.
before they like give you back your keys.
So he
Okay.
he went to try everything out, and they came and brought all the technicians in, and oh this and oh that, it was working. And no, you got to make sure when you get your unit reserviced that before you leave the premises, you make sure that every item that they were supposed to fix works, and not works because you just turn it on, but
Right.
works because you let it run for a few minutes to see.
Yes.
And sure enough, they had to keep it another 2 weeks to re. It
Oh,
turns out they
wow.
had to rewire the entire base because when he did the research to find out what was really wrong, we had some wires that had burnt out.
Oh,
So that's what we were trying to, we wanted to tell you that, you just got to be so careful when you get these repairs done. And not necessarily just on an RV, the car. Drive around. Don't just get in the car and go when you have repairs on your car, your vehicle. Ride
right.
around that parking lot a couple of times and make sure that whatever problem you were having does not exist anymore. Because the first thing he said, well, did you do this? Did you? No. What do you mean? What did I do?
That's a good idea. That's good advice, actually, because normally after the car is repaired, we just hop in it and go.
Yeah. Yep. And that's
Yeah.
what he was expecting us to do. Hop
And,
in and go.
and you know what we do also? We
Yes.
tell them like once we bring it in, we want to see the parts that you replaced. If you have replaced the parts, give me the parts back, or just at least let me acknowledge the fact. You just can't tell me anything. You can't say,
Yes.
well, okay, we replaced this. No, show me what you replaced. Show me what's five
That's
hundred
good
dollars.
too. I've heard horror stories about that very thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've seen it on the news,
Yeah,
about that very thing.
it's definitely reality because a lot of times, especially, and I'm not, like no pun intended, but they do that to a lot of females. 'Cause I can recall this guy, and he was like a younger guy, and he used to do what we call hanging the pumps. And when I say hanging the pumps, you pull up to the gas station, you tell them $10 worth, and now the pump is already running. He would like put it in there and act like he's one that's pumping it out, and take your $10, and you might get like $2-3 worth of gas, and then you on your way. But like it's like especially on like the parkway or like the expressway because you just stop there for gas, and then
Right.
boom, you on your way. But and it's hard to turn around because you probably are like heading to your B destination. You don't left A and you going to B.
Right.
You gotta watch out for that too. So turn around, look at that pump, and see what is pumping.
Okay.
Exactly.
You gotta do that too.
And we ended
So,
up paying a little bit more for that stuff, to get because it was burnt out. The wire needed to be replaced. But
right.
think about what we would have had to pay if we'd have pulled off. We would have had a
Exactly.
whole new diagnostics fee, a whole new
Exactly.
this, a whole new that, and we ended up paying a lot more money. So definitely, you really want to make sure that um, everything is working.
Yeah, that's
Not
good
to
advice.
mention the fact that it's off season, so we would have waited until season opened, which is March or April, and sure enough, they would have said it must have happened over the winter, or you
Right.
must have did this, or you must have did
Right.
that.
Right.
So never, when you do things at the end of the season and you're about to close, your vehicle out or your boat out or your RV or whatever it may be,
Yes.
because they're counting on. I don't know that they're counting on it, but it works to your disadvantage if you're waiting 6 months later. This, when you go to launch everything out again, and nothing's working that was not, you took it in for service just a few months ago. So
Yes.
And like believe it or
Yes.
not, now is now is the time to get it serviced because it's downtime for them.
Okay.
At the peak of the at the peak of the season, it's hard to get a appointment to
Okay.
yeah,
get your stuff or whatever it may be because now you gotta wait in line because
Right.
everybody else is bringing their stuff.
I
Right.
also wanted to tell all the RV listeners, go into the stores right now and buy all the supplies you need, such as RV slide spray. Um, you might need to get, there's some different, this is like a three-piece kit where because when you park your RV, most RVs have slides that they open up and expand. So when you get to the site you're at, you just, you hit a button and everything opens up and you got more living space. Well,
Okay.
those slides need to be oiled. And in the summertime, when it's peak season, not only does the price go up, but they're hard to find. They say that there's a
Oh.
shortage.
Mm-hmm.
And what really struck me as odd is we went to do Christmas shopping, and we always check the RV location just to see what's new. We went
Yes.
back there in the Walmart, and they were fully stocked for
Fully
everything you
stocked.
need for the RV.
Oh
Yep.
wow.
And it's
Nice.
wintertime,
Oh wow.
and the
Okay.
prices were back down to normal. In the summertime, we tried to get our RV spray, and they wanted like $12, $13 a can for the same $5 can.
Oh wow.
And we couldn't find it locally, so we had to go mail order.
Okay.
And usually there's another product for ants, because the ants are always at campsites.
Okay.
Ants are everywhere in the summertime,
Yeah.
and they're even more at the campsites for some reason. So there's this powder that you can get. Matter of fact, I'll tell you what the name of it is for your listeners. Um, that really work. It's called five. What is it called, Rick? 511 or 511?
511.
511. That's the name of it.
Okay.
Called
511 pound.
511, and you just spray it around your outside of your tires, around just the entire circumference around
Your tires because
your tires.
so like
Okay.
this is how they go up. They go
They ride the tires
they
up.
walk right up the tires into your coach.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Well, since you mentioned the ant powder, it reminds me of, when you're camping, if you ever park in the woods or someplace, what about the wild animals? Have you run into
Well,
anything like
usually
that?
you're at a campsite and all that's cleared out, because the camps, it's so many RVs
Right beside
everywhere.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a couple of times that we were at the parks, the state parks, and we saw like a deer in there. But usually we've never experienced it. Thank God, we've never experienced where they came up on us or anything.
Okay. So
No,
you
we
never
saw.
put garbage outside or anything?
Oh
Oh, you
no.
do have to get rid of your garbage every
Yeah, you
day.
do
Yeah,
have to.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
not because at
They're not
night.
there. They're there. They just don't come.
Yeah, because like they're like nocturnal and they
Yes.
hunt at night. They hunt at night, so you got to bear that in mind also. But we did see a couple of sightings at Tunis there. We saw some deer. When we went up to the mountains, we saw. I think we saw a glimpse of a bear, but he was like near like a stream fishing or whatever.
Oh,
But
Rick saw it. I didn't. I
like,
ran.
but he went past. Well,
I
I'm
saw a
like, wow.
snake too one time.
Yes, you should have saw a snake, and we did not go up that path anymore.
Right.
We walked around.
Yes. So what has been your favorite place? Well, first of all, let me ask you because I don't know if we got to this. What made you decide to buy an RV in the first place?
Well, that's a story. We always got a story. So
Mm.
I had the first time I heard about an RV is when I was younger. I think I was about to go off to college. I'm the oldest, so I was about to leave first. Rick, he's the middle child, but he was the first one to go off and go to the Navy. And I heard my parents discussing an RV that they wanted to do an RV when they retired. So I didn't pretty much pay too much attention on it at all, really. And we had a conference in Tennessee at the Old Opry
Okay.
Hotel and that whole little city, actually,
Yeah, Nashville, Tennessee.
Nashville, Tennessee. Yeah, and right next door, down in walking distance, was this RV spot. So, when we would get done the conference workshops and all that, we would walk out and just try to explore what we could do in walking distance. And we saw the RV spot. So we
Yes.
went over and we looked inside and we just, Rick drove it and he just, he liked it. He thought it was going to be a cool thing, but he really wasn't sold on it.
Mhm.
So, we were both. He was working a job, I was running the business, and he was actually working two jobs because whatever I needed at the business, on his lunch hour, he would run home and try to fix computer equipment for the school. And he was always trying to, handle both things. And he was always tired. So I was like, look, we got to change our way of doing things. We got to take some time out to relax and enjoy life.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of liked it. So I was like, look, we're going to buy one. So the next time we actually went back to, I think we were in Dallas and we saw it. Then we went to Tennessee and then we actually saw another RV site and
Drove that.
and then that's when he drove it. And when he came back, he was like, okay, I really like this. Well, actually, we applied to get it. We weren't going to fly home. We were going to drive the RV home.
Okay.
And
Oh wow.
they wouldn't give us in Tennessee. They wouldn't give us the loan because they said we had a mortgage on our house and we had a mortgage on our building, and so therefore, if anything happened, they would not get paid. They'd be the last people we pay, and so they wouldn't give it to us. So we got back to Jersey, our home state. We applied there, and of course they approved us, and we bought it, and it sat for we probably used it maybe once or twice a year, and we just were so busy that we didn't get a chance to use it that much. And
Did you buy it
we
from Tennessee or you bought one from
we got
Jersey?
one from we went
No,
back to Jersey and got one.
Jersey.
You went. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Where you got the loan? Where
yeah,
they
we got
gave
the
you the
loan. Yeah,
loan? Yeah.
I wish we would have got the one from Tennessee because it was what, $20,000-$30,000 difference
Yeah.
Oh wow.
for the same thing. For the
Mm-hmm.
same thing.
Oh
Yep,
wow.
It sure was.
Do
sure
you
was.
did you need to have a special license to drive an RV?
No, believe it or not, regular driver's license will be suffice.
Really? No matter the size.
Even on the bigger ones. Like,
Oh my
Yep,
goodness.
well, like it's two types.
which is strange.
It's called
Yes.
A is a class and there's a C class. The A class is the big one, big like a trailway bus. That's the A class. And then there's the C class, which is a little bit smaller. But all you gotta do is remember to just take the wide turns. Your turns just have to be a little bit more wider than the average person. And
Yes,
normally,
but
yeah,
if
go
you're
ahead.
if you're a person that doesn't know that,
Right.
you just don't have any business behind one of those large vehicles.
I agree.
See, this
I
is
agree.
this is the actual C class. Do you see the screen?
No. Did you
Oh, you know what? DJ Straight has to. Yeah, there she goes.
There she
So
goes.
you don't have to have any kind of a
No,
license.
because it's not.
Negative.
It's not that big a deal. It's like a bus, but you do have to have a license for a bus.
You have to have a license for a bus.
Yeah.
Yeah, normally, I know what you're talking about. More or less like CDL license, but no, you
So
don't
this
need all
one,
that.
In the
It's like a
gray
brush
one.
front. Yeah, that's
That
the A
one.
class.
Okay, yes, that's the A
That's
class,
the A class.
and
And
that's
you don't need a license for
You don't need a
that.
no,
license.
and that's about 30
At
to
least 33 feet.
30
This
to
one.
40
Yeah.
foot right there.
That is amazing because a large car or a large SUV is what, 12 feet maybe, 14, 15 feet?
Right, yes.
And that's twice the size, more than twice the
Well,
size.
you could get them. You could get this. These are like the 12 or 15 feet.
Yeah, the one that's right there.
That's that one. The one we. This is the one we have.
Mm,
It's a
It's
Gray Hawk.
right there in front of you. The one that you
This one. This is Gray Hawk.
yeah, look at that one. Yeah.
Okay.
If you look at that one,
That's a Chateau. I wanted to get the actual Gray Hawk
okay.
one we have.
Well, that's about our size, and anybody can drive it. If you have drivers
This is the one we
license
have.
and like you do a little safety check along the way, you're fine.
That's the one we
Very
have right there.
nice. Okay.
So
It's like,
they are pretty big.
yes. It's like driving the U-Haul truck,
Yeah.
not
And
the
look
van.
inside.
Oh,
Look at it.
wow. That's
Yeah.
very nice.
They're really nice. I really recommend the Jayco. We have had ours since 2007. We bought it brand new. It's only been in the shop 2 times.
And this was the second time here.
This was the second time.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
So
at the
they're
time that
beautiful.
we bought when they were really when it's putting them together.
Yes.
Solid putting them together. Now this is an actual bed. So these things come down. The table comes down, and you put these cushions over top, and that sleeps like two small children.
Okay.
But they have recliners in them.
Very nice.
This top up here we use for storage, but Rick will tell you. The guy told me you gotta get. She's carrying around a truckload. You gotta undo.
They told us Trina had so much stuff in there.
This is the
Uh,
bedroom. Nice
they said
size
that it was
bedroom.
overweight,
That
Yep.
is.
so we got to check out the weight.
Matter of fact, I think let me just
I'm still stuck on you don't need a license to drive it. Like you said, there's a lot of weight there.
Hmm. Yeah, that's true.
it is. It
Right,
is.
and
It
we were
definitely is.
amazed too. Believe me, we were amazed too. The guy, when we bought ours, he he went through the internals, and he just told this is what he told me. He said, "This when you go out, just be careful and just take your turns wide, make your turns wide." And lo and behold, after a while, like you drive it down the road, you get adjusted to it, you get acclimated
Right.
to it, and it's like driving a car.
This
They
is
just
that slide I was talking about when you park, the
okay.
slides come out.
It slides out. So
It
you
Hmm.
take
slides
your
out and it gives you more space. Yep. And
your
some of these places have they have so much space that both sides slide out.
Yeah, both sides come out.
I need to go take a look inside. Not that I'll probably buy one, but I will take a look inside of one to see what it's like in there. So you have to take your turns wide and your curves slowly.
Especially when you got one
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Have you all been on mountains like Massanutten
Oh
in
yeah.
this RV?
Yeah,
Our
yes.
last trip before last, the trip before last. Oh man, we thought we was gonna. Oh man, I'll never go that way. I'd walk home before I go up that mountain.
Yeah, we were in the heart of Virginia, the Rocky Mountains.
Oh yes,
And
Shenandoah area.
yep,
Yep.
there you go.
There you go.
Oh my goodness.
And yes, those were the first time I've seen it on TV, like the winding road going up the mountains, but never experienced it. Let me tell you, it is an experience.
Oh yes. I mean,
Uh,
because you're
you
sitting
won't
up
forget it.
higher in the first place, so you can see more of what's on the road.
Absolutely. And but like I said, it's a two-lane highway, one coming, one going.
Yeah.
And where we were at, like I guess that was a tractor trailer shortcut, because the tractor trailers was brawling around there like it was nothing.
This is that slide out stuff I was telling you about. So you got to get all these kinds of products where you're taking care of. It's like preventive maintenance.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the one we bought, and look at the price, $14.05. Now Amazon is pretty pricey right now,
Yes.
but this bottle at Walmart is $5 and some cent.
Oh wow.
So you really
Right
gotta, you really gotta do your due diligence and getting your products that you need. Anything that you may need to, make sure that you get your coach ready for the The season has.
Oh, you went back. Okay.
Oh yes.
So, what's the longest time that you have been out in the RV?
14, 15. No. We were 14, 15 days at
About 20 days.
yeah, about 20 days.
About 20 days.
Straight.
We've been outside.
Yeah.
So
We love it. We
how is
love
your
it.
water replenished? I mean,
Oh, so when you go and you go to a
aside.
campsite, they
Okay.
provide a full hookup. You pay for a full hookup, which is your water, electric, and sewer.
Right.
So
Okay.
you just, it's just like being, you plug your water up, and your water can just stay running like it would be at home.
Oh.
Your sewer, we used to leave the sewer hooked up, but you can't do that because you could get these sewer bugs that come in and
Yeah,
they'll
they
go
call
up.
parasites.
Yeah, and they come up in your. We found it out the hard way
They come up in your sewer.
in your sewer. So you have to close that up, and then you just release it every day,
That's
and it
it.
goes
Okay.
down into the ground, so there's no mess or anything. And then of course you plug up to an electrical hookup, and
Okay.
that keeps your lights and everything on.
You have
So
lights, air conditioning, stove, whatever.
it's just
Right.
like being at home,
Now,
except you're outside mostly.
Good. A home away from home.
are you advised against, say, cooking while you're driving? Say if Rick is driving and Trina, you're back there, can you lie down on the bed or and cook, or do they suggest you stay in your seatbelts when the vehicle is in motion?
They suggest you stay in your seatbelt, but I have like I probably twice. If I had like a headache or something, I laid in the back and went to sleep or whatever. But I like I'm a backseat driver, so
A
I'm right there
navigator.
with Rick.
Right. So like she
I
stayed
would
in the
never
back.
cook. I would
Yeah.
never cook.
Yeah,
Okay.
Never.
because like them roads nowadays, it's constant construction out there, and like it's constant bump. So
And you're supposed to turn your propane off when you're in travel anyway.
right.
Okay, so you still have to make rest stops and all.
Oh no, you got a bathroom on your coach because you got a bathroom.
Yeah, you got
Okay, you
that.
can.
So if you gotta go, if you gotta go to bath, if you're the driver, you gotta stop. But if I have to go, I just get up and go in the back and go to the bathroom.
Right.
If I got some kind of project that I'm due, I'll sit at the table like you saw that table that I'll sit
Yes.
there and do my work.
Wow.
But I also have a little thing in the front where I can still be on my computer in the front seat. But we make our standard that we only will drive about 2.5 hours.
Okay, that's
So
good.
every 2.5 hours to 3 hours, we stop.
You
As
stop.
we're getting closer, I'll find a campsite. There's campsites everywhere,
Right.
millions of them.
Right.
So I'll just call ahead, make a reservation, and we stop off. We did a long run to Atlanta. We
And it was
stopped off. That was like a 10-hour drive,
yeah.
and we drove about 3 hours, and then we got up the next day, and we drove about 8 hours. We'll never do that
Never
again.
did that again.
Never.
You mean 8 hours straight?
3
8 hours.
Yep. We didn't anticipate it,
Yeah,
but we
when
got
I went
caught
to
with
Atlanta,
traffic. Yeah.
Yes.
we didn't really know how far Atlanta was, to be truthful.
Yeah.
And like matter of fact, a lot of people say, "Oh yeah, go down 95." 95, believe it or not, it's 3 or 4 lanes up north, but down there it's 2 lanes.
And
Yeah.
when you go by, it shakes the. Oh man, it's a shaker.
And we share with tractor trailers.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
And some people do rest stops. They'll stop at the rest stop. I don't like that. I mean, I
don't
would.
recommend doing a rest
Yeah,
stop.
I would do it if we, like if we're with our
Friends.
RV team,
Yeah, if we got a team going on, we
like two or
would.
two other
Yeah,
couples
we got a
going.
rest stop.
We'll do it, but we would never do it by ourselves.
So there are RV teams like motorcycle teams.
No, we just well, yeah, we
Yeah, I
met
guess you
them.
could say that.
Yeah, we met them at an RV site. There's
Okay.
not many of us.
Yes.
So when we see each other, we make friends real quick.
Okay.
Turns out that one couple lives in Upper Marlboro.
Okay.
The other couple lives in Upper Marlboro, and then one lives in Indiana.
Indiana.
And we became friends instantly. Um,
Nice.
so the ones that live in Upper Marlboro, we travel together. In fact,
Okay.
we were supposed to go to Myrtle Beach December 28th through January 3rd. And we had to take it to the shop, so that kind of blew that. We had to cancel that reservation.
Okay.
And we have such good friends. They were like, we really want you guys to come. It's so much fun. What it is they love my cooking. That's why they really want me to come. But
So you get an all expense paid
yeah,
trip
they wanted us that. Yeah, but
if you cook.
yeah, we couldn't do that.
Yeah, we
You know,
declined.
as a matter of fact, I gotta call her after the show and tell her, you know, Rick, um, he, we just kind of like, we want to keep our friendship like it is, not
Right.
involve that kind of,
Anytime
Right.
you get money, you lose a friend,
Yeah.
and
And you
sometimes.
that's
and you
bona
need your
fide.
space. You need to be able to
Yeah,
get away and have some space to breathe.
yeah.
Yep, there you go.
And we already in our mindset realized that we weren't going to go because we had to put that money with the repairs. And
Yes.
so we had it winterized and all that. So we're just, we're done for the season.
Yes.
Do you get tired of driving or ride? Nope, never. I can
Hmm.
stay in it forever.
Hmm.
Matter of fact,
I do miss home though. I say that. We do miss home, don't we, Rick?
yeah, you do. But like we, like I mean, like right now, like it's parked in a yard, and and Trina will go out of the house into the RV. Oh, I got something to do, and like a lot of times I can understand it.
I
Like
can
to have,
understand it too.
like to
It's
have
quiet
total,
time.
like
Oh yes.
like to have like solitude by yourself. And
Oh
Yep.
yes.
I understand that, and I respect it. So
Oh yes.
bring it on out there,
And
do
I'm
your thing.
always puddling around in it trying to make it nice.
I don't.
I got to go back in because I wasn't too keen on leaving all my valuables in the RV when it was over because I knew it was going to be there for a minute. So I
Mhm.
took all that stuff out. So I'm going to wait till after Christmas. And, after the Christmas season, then I'll go out there and I'll puddle around every day and get my stuff back in there like I want it. Get rid of stuff that I don't need because he said we're on overload. And overload is dangerous, guys,
Yes, I'm sure.
because,
Yes, it is.
you blow a tire and anything can happen. So
Even though you might have they have this new thing out. It's called a front end stabilizer, and what that does, it takes your steering back to zero. So like if you were to get a blowout, it will keep it on the
mhm.
road.
But Rick
Okay.
he's a really good driver. He does a really good job. You
Okay.
said you didn't like driving to Atlanta. It wasn't that we didn't like driving to Atlanta. We just did it wrong.
Yeah, we did it wrong.
We did it coming back. We did it right,
Yeah,
but going there, we did it wrong. You never want to be on driving in your RV for 6 8 hours. You just don't.
because what it is, you get like fatigue.
Yeah,
You get fatigued and you get
Yes.
cramped, and like
Just like in
it's
the in your regular vehicle.
yeah.
right, exactly. Even though it's all that room and stuff, you still sitting in that seat, and you do get cramped.
You need to get up and
And I
stretch.
did. We still did enjoy the ride, but I just wouldn't do it that way again. I would do
Right.
every 3 hours. When we came back, we did every 3 hours. We went from Atlanta to
In
back home to
Columbia.
Maryland. We stayed at like 4 different sites. It
Oh.
was wonderful.
Oh,
It
wait
was
a minute.
so much fun.
So when you said you drive every 2.5 to 3 hours,
Mhm.
I thought you drove that and then took a break and then got back in the vehicle.
Oh no,
So
we stay
you
overnight somewhere.
so
Yeah,
you drive 2 or 3 hours and stay overnight and drive another 2 or 3 hours and stay
yeah,
overnight.
yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
goodness.
So much fun.
Yes, it
Oh
was.
my goodness.
It's such a, it's just such a relaxing, it's just, I mean, you can't ask for anything else in retirement. I tell anybody that's 50 years old to start looking at RVs so you can buy one,
Hmm.
rent one first,
Okay.
see if you like the experience, go stay somewhere local. Like if you're in the DC metro area, there's a great KOA in DC area. It's a
Okay.
DC KOA. Let me
I used to
Matter
see
of
those
fact,
on the road, the KOAs with the
yeah, the
little
yeah.
tent.
KOAs, and then there's like the flying jacks. Those are two good resorts you can like
Okay.
stay with and know that you'll be safe for the night.
So when you drive only 2.5 or 3 hours and you park,
Hmm.
what else do you do for the rest of the day?
Can you see my screen? Look.
Yes.
So if you had kids, you could do the kid thing.
Hmm.
Okay.
I love this store. We went in this store and it was the end of the season and everything was 75% off.
Oh wow.
She had a field day, huh?
I had a field day. I
Saved
enjoyed
a
it.
lot of money.
Saved a lot of money. These are like the cabins. They got a swimming pool, so you can, if you like this pool, you can go to the pool.
Uh-huh.
This is actually a sample of the site. So you set up, this is a typical setup. I have a lot more stuff because everybody that knows me is knows I
Yes,
got a
you
lot
do.
more
You got a
stuff. I
lot of
got the
stuff. Yeah.
TV out there and all that. And you just start your little fire. You go out there and you cook and you watch your movie. I mean, it's just, oh my God. It's like I can't tell you. You just find things to do.
So
They
Right.
driving
also,
when you're driving your RV, it's not so much to drive from say Maryland or New Jersey to Atlanta and camp out in Atlanta for a few days. The it's the journey along the way.
oh yeah.
Yes.
And it's the quiet time. It's I don't have nothing to do. Like Rick
Mm-hmm.
is very hands-on outside. Like we still run our business inside. So when we're done at 12 o'clock, typically every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, he jumps up and he goes outside, he's cutting the grass or he's blowing leaves or he's doing when I get him in that RV, all he does is relax. We do arts and crafts.
Oh, nice.
We,
Just relax.
like here, you saw we built, we'll build a fire, but we'll just sit out there and relax. And people take it so serious.
I
Oh,
see
yeah.
that they've set up camp. I mean, it's like a home.
Yeah, look at
Right.
this. This is chess.
Yeah.
You could do checkers out there. They got a bet. They got all these activities. They're always doing a movie. Like this is where they'll do a movie or
Right. Do a
arts and
movie night.
crafts.
So
You know.
it's like a cruise ship on land, but you drive there.
Yep.
That's pretty
Exactly right.
cool. I
And
had
then
no
there's
idea the camp. I thought the campsites were just you go and you park overnight, and then you get
No.
back in your RV and you keep on going. For
oh
another
no
all day
no.
long trip.
Especially when you go with your friends, you pretty much are like I'm that's why they always want me and Rick to come because I plan all these big activities. So the last one we did when everybody was there from our little group, we I went to the Goodwill and
Uh
I
huh.
bought a 7-piece set of glass uh what do you call them, wine glasses.
Yeah.
And what we did was we painted them. So
Oh,
I put the
nice.
paint out, and we all painted them and put our names on it and all that. Then we played cards afterwards. Um, I made up my own RV bingo game. I used to, I make these bingo
Uh
cards,
huh.
and I use words that are related to the RV. So
Okay.
you just, I'm the planner. With Melissa, which we need to invite her on one of these episodes. She goes and finds the places for us to go, and
Okay.
then once we get there, I plan all the activities for everybody.
Now, at the RV sites, do you have to have a camp, an RV to go there? Or do sometimes cars come and park there, or you have to be pulling at least something that is RV related or
No, you can
trailer?
go there.
Yeah, you can. Yeah,
No, you can go there and like you can like stay in one of the cabins.
the cabins.
So like you can
Oh,
just
they're
drive
Yeah,
there
okay.
yep.
and still stay in it and still enjoy all of the
Amenities.
festivities
Yeah,
that
Okay,
day.
that now
yeah.
I have never. That's good. That's good to
Mhm.
know.
The cabins are beautiful too,
Yes, they are.
Okay.
and you're like camping out. You don't have to worry about lugging stuff in and out and setting up and all that. It's just like a kind of like a hotel, except that you're at a campsite, and then you get to see and experience the campsite world, and you're still getting the luxury of being in a hotel kind of
Yeah.
atmosphere.
And
And they
so
all have a cooking facility inside the cabins.
that was my next question. No
Mhm.
wonder they want you to come because you have hours to
Yep.
cook that good food. Okay. Wow, this has been very informative because, I mean, I had no idea that all of this was going on at a campsite.
Vanessa, it is so much
It
fun.
sounds like it is.
And
It
you
sounds
meet
like it.
people.
I'm going to have
And,
to rent an RV. Come on one
and
of
one
these
thing I want to
trips.
say is that I don't care what color you are, what if you're male, female, everybody that goes to those campsites, they are just so
Yes.
nice,
They're just
so
friendly all the way around the
friendly.
board.
Yeah.
In some cases, they will talk you to death,
Yeah.
Huh?
but it's still that camaraderie of everybody's having fun. We're out to relax. We meet new people, and they are very helpful. Like the last two or three sites before trips before, one of our team people, their RV broke down.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean to tell you, the guy on the other side of him, he was on the ground. He spent like 3 hours trying to get this guy's
Oh, wow.
rig working.
Have
Never
you?
met him before. And yeah, so I went down there. I went down. I was like, hey guys, how are you? I saw you helped our friends out. I just wanted to kind of peek in and see what your RV looks like because they had a puller, like a fifth
Yes.
wheel, and they are full-time RVers. They gave me their information, so they're in our little team
Your
now,
travel club
and
there.
Yeah.
yeah, in our little
Yeah.
club.
Nice.
And she works a full-time job. He works a full-time job. They had two areas set up on their camper with their desks where they actually work in the camper, and they said they love it.
I,
They sold their
I,
house and bought a really high price camper, and they love it. They travel around the country.
they sold their home.
Yes,
They sold their home and they were mobile.
We'll
and
have
her
to
name
talk
is
about.
her name is Tina. Go figure.
No, we have to talk about that the next time. Sold your home and you just live totally in your RV. Now that's very different.
Yeah.
Very different.
That's
Yeah.
very different. I'll have to
A
write
lot of
that
people
down.
do.
Yeah, so we have to talk about that and see if that's something that you might be interested in.
Okay.
We've considered it. I don't know that I love doing it. I don't know that I would um want to do it like 100% of the time. I like being going like 15, 20, 30 days and coming back
Okay.
home. I like that. I like
That's a
the
long time.
I'm a person that likes, that be able to hop back and forth between worlds. Like when we used to do the food truck, I would be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday doing my computer classes, and then Thursday, Friday, and Saturday I'd be doing the food truck. I love hopping between two, so to speak, platforms,
I
and just
understand.
being in two different worlds in
Yes,
the
I
same week.
understand.
You just can't keep still.
Keeps life interesting. Makes it interesting and exciting. Um, yeah, so next time we're talking about living in the RV 24/7.
Okay.
And
Yeah, we'll have some good information for you because it is interesting.
it
It
sounds
definitely
it,
is
it sounds
interesting.
like fun. So I mean, let me write that down. We'll talk about that too because you can get a group of people and just, we went on a girls trip about a month ago,
Mm-hmm.
maybe end of October, and so we just all met at Massanutten. But it was just so very nice. So you could do that,
Yeah,
with
Right.
your RV people, just like
Okay.
you
yeah,
do, and you
Yeah.
just
yeah,
meet up and make a vacation out of it. That sounds really nice. And
yep,
meet in the middle somewhere, so nobody has to travel so far. You can just meet in the middle and
yeah,
make
yeah.
it an annual thing.
Like one of our team people, they're going. What is he going, Rick? On that? What did he say?
He's going down the throttle and he's taking a panhandle all the way out to Arizona
Oh,
and Texas. So he's going.
They're gonna be going for months.
Yeah. So you can't go really like across the United States. You have to go down south
right.
and then go.
And then over.
Yes.
Yes. But you can't. Now, see, when you're doing a trip like that, I'm thinking you have to go more than 2.5 or 3 hours a day. Maybe?
I mean,
You
yeah.
you could go like our friends. They only go like their max is like I think Bill said they go. He's 4 to 6 hours after. Did he say 4 to 6? I
Okay.
think
Yeah. He
he's
said like he's finished.
yeah
So
he's
where do
done
we
four
have
to
to stay?
six. I'll never do
Stay in
Okay.
a
that.
place about 2 days.
And he older than us.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So he stays
See,
about 2 days, and then he gets up and picks up and goes.
Yeah, and
I,
it depends on if you like it, Vanessa. Like you get to a campsite and you really like it, you could just go keep adding days on. We did that. We
that's
found a
true because
campsite.
your
You
home
don't you
is
don't want
with
to
you.
book for two. You want to book for one day. And
Right.
when you get there, especially if you're on the road traveling, and that's one thing about RVing. If you're in a position where you have no deadline, um, and you could just make your own schedule. So if you
Yes.
get there, you see you like it, you just keep adding another day on
Yeah, because you have everything there, and grocery stores, I'm sure, are nearby. So
nearby.
Right.
Yep.
Yep.
you have everything you need. I mean, so you don't need a timeshare.
No, never do that.
Never do
Never
that.
do that.
Well,
As hard as it
Make
we
is to
that
get
payment.
out.
make that payment for an RV, and you can take it anywhere you want,
Yeah.
anytime you want.
Yes, that sounds nice.
It's a
But
wonderful world. It's a
it sounds
wonderful
like
world.
it. It sounds like it is. Well, this has been a wonderful Wednesday tripping with the birds.
Well, we enjoyed you, Vanessa, also. And
And DJ
Straight.
Straight.
DJ Straight. So yeah, I wrote
Thank
down
you.
something.
This has really been a good session. I've been
It
listening to
really
you guys,
has. Yeah.
and it was good. And I'm almost tempted, not quite yet, to tip over with this RV thing. At least just to try it.
To try it. Now, but
Please
I
try
think
it.
if we went,
Please.
I would have to have my own RV, and you would
Yeah.
have to have your own.
Listen, y'all, that's how our family is. We don't carpool, we don't do nothing because we all got different mindsets. We all want to be in our own car, get there when we get there, leave when we leave. And it's the strangest thing because we all going to the same place, but we're going to take 15 cars because we all want our own. We like to be in control of our own time.
And we'll hang out in the courtyard there. We'll make a little courtyard to
Yeah.
hang out in.
Yeah,
And
but
then it's
right.
like,
We
I'll
all
see
need
you
our
in the
own
morning.
RV.
You know too that they do. You know, companies do. People do travel like that. They, you know, especially if we've been places where we've seen, you know, like best friends, and they have their own separate little small one, like 14, 15 feet. Got everything on there, a little kitchen, a little bedroom, everything. Just enough for. I think that sleeps like 4 people, but really
Okay.
it's enough room for one person.
Yeah.
I'm on my own.
Comfortably. And you make sure that you get, when you make the booking, you park next to each other. Sometimes you may want to park not next to each other. Because
No,
we've
we
been in that
good.
place
We
where,
good.
you know, our friends will be like, you know, well, what you doing? Knocking on our door. Well, we'll come get you when we ready.
That's true.
Hello.
That's true.
But yeah,
I
and you
got cut
park
out.
right there. You guys would love it. You would. You would love it.
I know they would. They would.
Yeah, it sounds good.
And DJ Straight, you could bring your program on the road.
Oh yeah. I would honestly. Now I would like a driver. I don't ride with just everybody on the highway, but I really don't want to do all that driving. But
But
you
they
know,
only drive 2.5 to 3 hours before
well,
they
that's
camp
true.
out.
Okay.
That's the recommendation.
That's true, but DJ Straight has got to go take care of the Lord's business. So I will get out of here and talk to y'all later.
Okay.
It's been good.
All right. It's been a pleasure.
Thank
See
you.
you next week.
Hey,
Bye-bye.
Birds, this has been great. Vanessa hosting y'all. This was a good show.
Thank you.
Very good.
This was a good show. Yeah.
Hey, check out you all's little video thing.
Yes,
Okay.
it's very nice.
Okay. All right, guys. This
next
DJ
week.
Straight 10-4 and out. Wes Morgan, Get Me Through is on now. Go to WGMLB, listen live. I mean, WGMLB.com, listen live. Bye, guys. Okay, here we go.
Bye-bye.
Signing out.
Bye, Vanessa.
Bye. See you next week.
All right.
Enjoy your
bye-bye.
game of spades tonight. Enjoy those cards.
Oh, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I was digging that. I forgot.